girl.
Here we are. We are live this morning. This good morning.
This is
The it is the last day of the month, and it is more importantly the last day. Well, I'm gonna allow. I want to say good morning first before I say anything else. So, good morning, Dr. Gina, and good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. Good morning, Jen. So glad we were able to kind of start chatting it out this morning and went way over time. So we just gonna come on out here and let the people come on into our backstage conversations. Good morning. Good morning, Teresa. Speaking God's blessings over your life.
Good
yeah.
morning.
Yeah, letting them come on in. Good morning, everybody. Acknowledging Jen and I were having our own backstage therapy session, chatting it out about just this queen and victory and being strong. I saw Lee, actually, Jen, this is how we'll be talking in the back, so y'all just jump right on in. So I saw Lee make the comment yesterday that this was one of her favorite queens, that Queen Candake was one of her favorite queens. And I don't even know if Lee's joined us yet. We'll know when we get an all caps greeting.
Mhm.
But I know that part of what she said to me in previous conversations is that she liked Queen Candake because Queen Candake fought with her one good eye. You know,
Mhm.
when life was doing what it was doing. Good morning, Alice. Thank you again. Tawanda, thank you again. Sabrina, if you're here, thank you so much. Teresa, thank you again. I almost sent you a kind note, Miss Teresa, though. Now you let me know because you know you told me you was facing some things with your truck and this, that, and the other. So sis, I see you trying to do the vision like you're trying to do the vision, and I appreciate it. But baby girl, if that's coming at the expense of your vehicle being fixed and all of that, and I'm saying that with my whole heart because you've made that public anyway, you let me know, honey. I will do a quick reversal back to you because God is faithful to me and hear my heart. I'm not trying to put you on blast. I appreciate you. But take care of you, take care of those kids, take care of other situations that you got going on. And if you jumped out there in love and you like, well, hold up, sis, baby, I will send that right on, right on. Okay. You let me know. But thank you. Thank you, Teresa, so much. Thank you again to everybody who's been sowing into the vision and just believing God with me for things that are to come. Good morning. I think Lee's here because I see that good morning, everyone. Yeah. So Jen, she was telling me about how Queen Candake is her favorite because Queen Candake jumped out there with that one good eye, had been busted up in the face, just busted up in the face, but still kept fighting, still kept fighting. So Jen and I were talking about just Queen Candake a little bit behind the scenes and just some lessons that we've learned. But I'll talk it back over to you, Jen, let you jump in, and then we're gonna go on with the lesson as the people
Yes,
are coming
and
in the room.
yes, good morning, everyone. And I see Teresa's comment. I hear you. I hear you, and I hear your heart. And Dr. Gina, we all hear your heart. That's why we
Thank
gather
you.
here every day for that. And so I want to remind everyone that not only is today the last day of the month, but it is the last day of our vision campaign for this month. And so I wanted to bring it to your attention because we do have a wonderful vision and wonderful goals ahead of us. And we want to say thank you so much for everyone who has contributed, every sacrifice that you've given. But I also want to welcome you that if you have not given yet, please consider sacrificial giving today, because you know as well as I do that this is good ground and we are doing wonderful things in the Lord and for one another, through this group therapy and through our relationship with God and our relationship with one another. So as we go into this last day of the month, please consider all that you've received from here, all the help, all the hand holding, all the prayers, all the walking through that's happened here. Please
Yeah.
consider that when you consider giving into our vision campaign. And so I just wanted to bring that up. That's very important to me. Sharice is in agreement with me. This is good ground. So thank you so much for giving me this time this morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Administrator. Jen, my friend, thank you so much. I appreciate your continuous support. We're back there talking so hard, honey. I didn't get the backdrops ready or nothing, but we're about to go, y'all. Let me fix it a little bit so we can be in excellence this morning. Y'all see me moving it? All right, let's run. We're going to Queen Candake. I just have it. I guess we'll just continue on. Jen and I were talking backstage about just strength. And I was reading a note to her that the Lord dropped into my spirit. So for those of you who are joining for the first time today, welcome to the community where we're over here being better together. Receive all of the love that is now filling the space as our regulars lean on that heart button. If you're joining us for the absolute first time, we've been studying Queen See Queens since January. We slowed all the way down. I have taken a deep dive into these queens. So if you need your copy, you're certainly welcome to still order it on the website. Somebody will put it in the comments for you. We'll certainly revisit it time and time again. But we're wrapping up Queen See Queens with our final queen, Queen Candake. And there's so much depth. There's so much good nuggets that you can pull away from each of these queens that we've been studying for some length of time. This week, we're focusing on day 30, victory without the war. And I am declaring that over all of our lives, y'all, that we fought enough. As Color Purple says, who's that? Sophia. Y'all, by the way, y'all know the thing is coming out. The thing is coming out in December. Actually, the opening day is on December the 25th. This is just a promo for the Color Purple because you know I'm gonna support Oprah too. Anywho, and she's telling the girls to wear purple. So maybe we'll organize something, honey, and we'll go see all of that and all of that good royalty together as the community meet up. Anybody interested in that? Y'all give me a thumbs up or put it down in the in the comments. So anyway, we've been studying the queens, but she said in that movie, all of my life I had to fight. That's what made me go all around like that because I thought about that. She said, all of my life I had to fight. And I'm so sure that there's so many of us who would say, yeah, all of my life I had to fight. But do you understand that that is not God's desire for your life? It is not God's desire that we have to fight all of our lives. There are some places where, yes, God gives us the fight and he invites us to invite him into the fight with us. He invites us to not have to go out there talking trash and swinging our best shot and all of that on our own. I see these thumbs up about the Color Purple. Okay, these thumbs up. He invites us not to go out there swinging at the enemy by ourselves and trying to stomp on the enemy's head by ourselves. And just he wants to be in the fight with us. But then also we have to remember that God will give us victories without the war. The word of God actually says that he has come. He's allowed us to be more than conquerors, more than conquerors. So a conqueror is somebody who wins with the fight. More than a conqueror is who we're trying to be. I want to be the champion without the fight. So as we're going into this nugget on today, victory without the war, Queen Candake. We left off yesterday. Oh, welcome to the community. We've been better together. Y'all check in under the video. We're getting closer and closer to Friday, which will be our final big prayer over this first 5 months of the year. So y'all start checking in because we're going to be calling you literally name by name. That's running all the way up to the video and liking it. Yes, sweatless victory. It's got a lot of little nuggets up in here. And while I'm saying that, reminding you of Sunday, June the 4th, too, from 2 to 4, the drop in. All that info is posted. So here we go. Here's what's pretty important today. What I know for sure is that everything that Queen Candake needed, she had it all along. Somebody said with me, I had it all along. I had it all along. So many of you, when I posted my results about the test, so many of you said, I knew. We've been new. We've been clapping. We understood that. You understood the assignment. We've been waiting on the results. The results are only saying what we already knew. It's beautifully ironic how so many people can do that. We can stand in the space of identifying and seeing and celebrating Tiffany, what's so obvious to other people about the strength and the victory and the gifts and the talents that are inside of them. But when it comes to ourselves, we can shy away from and not really see and not really get a good insight and a good glimpse into who God has created and called us to be. That is the importance of community, because people can see and call out in you what you may not be able to see and call out in yourself. This is just a quick digression note. So then be careful of your community and company. Be careful of your community and company. The way that you will know if something is an added value for your life is if when you are in that company, when you are in that community, you feel a Christ-like challenge to be the best version of yourself. If you are in company and community that allow you to be comfortable being at a less than best version of yourself, that makes you comfortable at being the you that you are trying to evolve from, then that's the wrong company. Now, I'm not saying the safe spaces where if you're having a day or a moment where you can cry real hard and loud and they'll let you be okay. I'm not talking about shying away from those spaces, but I am talking about those communities and those companies of people that when you're with them, you're your gossiping self, you're your lying self, you're your manipulative self, you're your judging self. You're the self that all of us have the propensity to be if we are left to ourselves. The Bible says that our hearts are desperately wicked and prone to leave the God that we love. You know that you're in bad community and bad company when those arenas cause you to be comfortable being less than who God created you to be. You want to find yourself in companies and communities where when Elizabeth encountered Mary, their wombs, the babies, the things that they were going to give birth to, they began to leap. You want to find yourself in the company and in the community of people where when you talk about your dream, they say, girl, that's not big enough. Let's go bigger. When you talk about what you're up to, they push you and say, then you're settling, sis. You know you can do more and better than that. You want to have community and company. Like when I highlighted talking to Charlotte yesterday, and I said, man, we're dreaming about big stuff. You want to intentionally place yourself into those atmospheres that remind you of who you are. And I think about that when I think about Queen Candake, y'all. Queen Candake, literally in this story, I'm just going to go with this one snippet today. She lines her troops up across the path and she climbs up on top of these elephants. Do we understand that there had to be some accordness there for that to happen? Do we understand that it literally says that she lined her troops up? Because this person is coming for my gifts. He's coming for my talents. He's coming for my territory. He's coming for what has already been established as mine. She lined her troops up and then climbed on the back of two African elephants and stood there. But she had troops there. What am I highlighting? She had community and company there who stood with her in her best version of herself, who stood with her in the part in the decision where she said enough is enough, who stood with her when she said I'm not backing down from this enemy anymore, who stood with her when she said this is mine and I'm going to keep it. Like there was community and company who must have said, then girl, you can do it. You're trying to get up here on this elephant. Hold on, let me get my hands like this and help get you up here on these elephants. You said we finna stand steady. Well, hold on, let me lock arms with you so when he comes up this road, he's not gonna just see you, he's gonna see me too. Hell on, you say we gonna just stand here and not be moved. Then let me plant my foot right here. Let me get the water. Let me get the water so I can give everybody some water so we won't get hot and dehydrated because I'm standing right here with you. She had community and company who wrapped themselves around what she was attempting to do and refused to be moved. For whatever dream, whatever goal, whatever vision you're up to, you all, I encourage you. I encourage you to continue to cultivate community, to cultivate company who will stand with you in your efforts to be the best version of yourself, in your efforts to really have and accomplish what God has already established for your life. I still hear the sound of victory for each of us. I hear the sound of victory. Y'all, we are getting ready to transition into the final month, June, that will mark the first half of this year. We're going to lean into June with deliberateness because I understand what God desires to do for us by the end of this year. For so many spaces in our lives, y'all, it has been our stinking thinking. It has been erroneous teachings. It has been denominational mindsets. It has been cliches that have caused us, and so many other variables, life experiences, whatever it is, so many other variables that have caused us to see ourselves as less than what God has intended. But again, y'all, if we will step into it by faith, there are victories without the war. There are victories without the war. There are victories. Can y'all get that in your spirit? Can somebody say it with me? There is a victory without the war with my name on it. Y'all, there is a victory without the war with your name on it. There's a victory without the war with your name on it. Now, where do those victories come from? What does that look like? I'm going to share and this is why I was talking about it, I guess, Jen, because I said that to you. I don't even know why I was talking about it. Jen gave me a compliment this morning about owning my voice, about just speaking up about a particular situation. So here's a very transparent share, and there's a nugget that I want you to take away from it. We have victories that belong to us, Darkest, that are without the war, that already have our names on them. But what does that actually look like? How do we get to those victories, Lee, without any more wars? Y'all, here's just one tip. We have to remember that there are certain wars that we've already won, and we don't have to fight that fight anymore. Y'all hear me? So I was sharing with Jen after she gave me that compliment. I wanted to run right past it, like, yes, girl, thank you so much. I got my voice and I'm speaking up and I'm better at it. And in that moment, the Lord showed me that, like, that's because you won that war. So years ago, I've shared this before. My father is in eternity, right? But years ago, and this is again just from my perspective, and this is me sharing right here in the community. Years ago, there was a period in our relationship that was had much tension, very much estranged, moments when we weren't speaking. Many of you who know my family, you know we're all pretty assertive. We got a whole lot of chiefs. I got 7 siblings. It's 8 kids, my mom and my dad. We got a whole lot of chiefs. Most of us are very assertive, entrepreneurial, opinionated, gonna go get it. It's not a goal, pretty much. If we said it that we can't do, like that's the stuff we're made of, and that's largely from him. So when that comes into a space, whether you're a young adult or growing or whatever that looks like in the dynamics of your own homes, there were moments when naturally so, and then because of other challenges, our opinions, what we thought about situations, what we thought about certain dynamics, we was not on that one accord. That's real talk, Darkest. And so there would be moments when we're not engaging, we're not speaking, we're not talking. Fast forward, let me back up just a little bit. And there would be moments when I would count up the cost of that. When I would count up the cost of that, of just agreeing to agree, and I may be the only one, but somebody out there may be saying, yes, I understand those types of dynamics, where even within family, Lee, you said we're humorous, we can be, where even within family, sometimes you have to count up the cost of having your own thoughts, having your own opinion, having your own say, having your own voice growing. So all of that was happening along with just various dynamics. And there would just be moments when I just, okay, then we're just not going to be in agreement. If that means that we're not, then we're not. And I'm going to figure that out. That had, I think that had lots of residual effects in many ways. Okay, thank you, Darkest. That's my God, sis. That had lots of residual. I paid a cost for that. That's what I'm wanting to say. I paid a cost for that in many ways. And sometimes that left holes in different components of my life. It's actually one of those things that I still have to maneuver with grace, right? Because you can find the residue of certain decisions and it can leave you too desperate and too open. There would be moments when I was looking for a father figure too desperately, too much. Those decisions came at a cost, is all that I'm attempting to say. They came at a cost. And I learned how to find my voice in the middle of all of it, even with it coming at a cost. I learned how to figure out when I was too desperately needing the affirmation of somebody, when I was too desperately needing the affirmation of somebody. And so tolerating too much in a relationship really realizing that I'm still looking for that, right? I'm just trying to help paint that picture of what victories without the wars look like. Fast forward, because we're already here at our time. After doing that journey, respectfully, which is what I said to Jen, my friend, respectfully, I have come to realize that if I already navigated that journey and I'm still standing on the other side, then other folk not talking to me, other folk dismissing me, other folk at times trying to silence my voice or my opinion, other people creating a narrative because I didn't fit what they wanted me to say, think, or do. That's bubblegum to me because I've already done that journey with the person who's 50% of my DNA. His blood is in my blood, it's in my veins. His features are in my face. His skin melanation is in my skin. His ways and his personality and the root of who he is part of who I am. Y'all hear me? And if I have survived the dysfunction, if I have survived the estrangement, if I have survived the uncomfortable conversations, if I have survived the stuff in that, respectfully, someone liking or not liking me, defriending and then refriending me a whole again. I don't even be understanding that, Leah. That's a whole nother topic. I don't understand why you unfriend me, but then I guess change your mind and come back. I don't know how that works. But anywho, all of those dynamics, if I've survived that, then I can survive this. So this war over here, if Tawanda quit speaking, I don't fight. If Teresa tune in every day and then disappear for a year, I don't fight. Because I've already won the victory of understanding the value of my voice with one of the two most important people in the world to me. Y'all hear me? There are certain victories that you already have because you've already fought the biggest battle and the biggest war. Oftentimes, when we go through tough stuff, we remember the pain and we record the difficulties and the struggle. And what we often forget to put in the basket because it was so hard are the victories that are ours too. Y'all hear me? Because that was hard. Obviously, it still makes me emotional. But I got to the point where I understood it was hard and it cost me some stuff. But I won a few victories in there. And many of you today, I'm challenging you as we begin to lean into June and to lean into the Word of God and to eat of His scriptures and to process the victories that we have already won. I want you to think back through some of your hard stuff. And instead of thinking through it from a space of what you lost, think about what you gained, the strength that you know you now have, the standard that you know you've now set, the boundary that you know you have now established, the voice that you know you now value. And when you've settled with that, allow yourself then to understand that there are victories that you've already won, and you don't have to fight that war anymore. The person can call you to the fight, and you can refuse to go because you no longer have anything to prove. It can be so settled in your spirit that I know my value to when the invitation doesn't come for you to come to a particular thing, it don't even bother you no more. You just hold your own thing because you understand your value. There are victories that each of us have already won. And those fights that continue to come to keep us battling on a merry-go-round with stuff that we've already settled, we can choose not to do that and to direct our energy towards dreams and goals and visions and soul snatching and being about our purpose and who God has created me to be. If the person perhaps that you're in a marriage, if that person was unfaithful, disloyal, and you've survived the brokenness of betrayal, why in the world would you spend your time arguing with some girlfriend who talks behind your back? Baby, you done already survived betrayal. You've already won that victory. Why are you even wasting your time over there fighting about something that don't mean jack compared to what broke your heart and dealt with your self-esteem and drug you through the mud? Why would you survive all of that and then take your good energy, your good survival energy, and go and try to clean up some rumor that somebody is saying about you? And what? I've survived that and more. There's a victory over that situation that I've already won. I don't fight that kind of stuff anymore. I'm over here speaking in my prayer language over my dreams and my goals. I don't care what you say about me. Surviving the hard stuff. So if I've made my way through the hard stuff, why am I going to go and fight trivial stuff? There are victories with our names that are already on it. And all you got to do is sit back for a minute and think about the stuff that you were like, God, I don't even see my way out. I don't even see my way out. But Daddy God, now when I think about it, if I can see how I took the bag that I had and ran for my life and you sustained me, and my car always had some gas and I always had something to eat, children were always fed, then why am I sitting over here in anxiety over how a light bill is going to get paid? I've already won that. I've already experienced victory in that. You've already come through for me in that time and time again. There are victories that we have already won, y'all. And when we begin to see the victorious side of us and the champion that has gone before us, we start wrangling the troops like Queen Kanje did. We look for our tall African elephants and we get on top of them and we declare that just like she said, not today. Enough is enough. This is the last day that I'm engaging in this fight with you. This is the last day that this is the last day that I'm allowing you to bully me. This is the last day that I'm backing down. This is the final day that I'm giving up territory. I'm gathering with like-minded folk and I'm declaring that this is my year of winning, that this is my year of maturation, that this is my year of growing up, that there's enough times that I've won these struggles that I'm not going to keep fighting in circles over stuff over and over and over again. I'm not battling with my self-esteem every year. I'm not battling with suicidal thoughts over and over again. I'm not battling with sickness and disease every time I come around a corner. I'm not breaking up with friends and family and spouses every other day. I'm going to finally say enough is enough. I've won too many victories to still be fighting the same old stuff. When I passed the test in first grade, who wants to go back to first grade? There is a natural progression that says when you pass this test, go to the next level. So this is what I'm saying to y'all today, y'all. We're getting ready to lean in and go to the next level. We're not going to sit around and talk about the same old stuff over and over and over again. There are many of us who are saying, I'm dealing with my trigger points. I'm dealing with my setbacks. I'm dealing with my poor mistakes and my choices so that I can get my mind together. I'm pulling down stinking thinking. I'm pulling down denominational teachings. I'm pulling down erroneous stuff. I want the unadulterated word of God to transform my mind, transform my thinking, transform my thoughts so that it can transform my actions and I can get on up and be who God created me to be. I'm not fighting about this my whole life. I'm not doing this cycle my whole life. The next generation is not doing this cycle. We're going to be who God has called us and created us to be. Today is the day. I draw the line in the sand. I draw the line in the sand and I will not be moved. There are victories that I've already won, y'all. There are victories that I've already won. And there were certain things, Tiffany, that because of that heart space with my father Father, I made decisions. I made decisions. Like, it don't matter to me. If you got to come at me talking loud and harsh and acting like what I got to say don't matter, it don't matter to me. I literally will disengage because I've already been there and done that. I already got the proof that I've walked through that. I've already got the scars. Honey, I will disengage from a group chat in a minute. I will put it on mute and not even read it. If it can't be respectful, if it can't honor differences in opinions and thoughts, honey, G don't do that. I can I can have a thought, and if it's not welcomed in your space, I'm cool with that. But it ain't gonna make me shift my thoughts. It's gonna make me take me and my thoughts to a different space because I've already fought that battle. I've already paid the price for my voice to be heard. And I'm not gonna fight that with no Jackie Weathers. And that's my friend. That's what I'm saying. People I know who know me. I'm not gonna fight that. So every time I get ready to speak, Jackie Weathers got to act like she got to hang up in my face. Guess what? She don't have to worry about her phone ringing no more because I'm not going to fight that. I've already paid that price too much. It cost me too much. So I'm not going to come over here and fight behind trivial stuff on victories that I've already survived. I hope it makes sense. I hope y'all got it because it's time for us to go. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what I'm saying, God, sister. I am no longer moved. Y'all, figure it out. Sit with it for a moment. Figure out the victories that you've already won, and get on up on on the back of your African elephant, like Queen Candake, and you just, I'm not gonna be moved. Here I am. Come face me. Bring it on. But this thing right here, I ain't running. I'm not scared. I'm done. You don't have to chase me. I'm standing right here waiting on you. You don't have to look me up. I'm right here. Somebody say, come outside. I'm right here. Like, I've done that, enemy, and I'm not doing that anymore. Y'all with me? You ain't got to look for me. Somebody said with me, I'm right here. Here I am. I heard y'all was looking for me, like that meme say, here I am. Here I am, enemy. I'm right here because I've already defeated you. And it gets real good when I understand I've defeated you because the ultimate champion has defeated you. Y'all, God has won so many victories for us and we're still fighting. So many victories for us, for which fights we still running from. When we pull that stuff down and we really embrace that he's pushing back darkness on our behalf, Sharice, that the God of the angel armies has defeated so much that we are struggling to fight, we'll start stepping into our victories by faith. It won't matter what it looks like. We'll really trust his word that all things are working together for our good because we love him and we're called according to his purpose. Y'all, we got to go. Y'all so funny. Come outside. Here I go. Here I go. I'm right here. Come outside. That's what we're saying. We're going to circle right back here in the morning. We'll keep it going. I'll meet you for the last time on our Queens See Queens Bible study tomorrow morning at 6. I'll see you right back here. And then we'll meet on Friday morning for prayer. And then we'll be moving into our June schedule starting on the 1st. Not the 1st, because the 1st is already this week. We'll move into our June schedule on Monday. So I'll meet you right back here for our last wrap it up on Queens and Queens. I want y'all to think about it as we depart for today. As we depart, what has been your most profound takeaway that has impacted how you see yourself? Because, see, that's the work that God has had us up to so far. In our theme 2023, Well and Whole, is working with us about how we see us so that we really can be well and whole. Why y'all talking so much trash? I'm not scared. I ain't scared. I want y'all to think about that. And as we gather in the morning, y'all gather all the queens because this is our final study tomorrow. Gather the queens. Tell girlfriends, get on up. Let's get in this space together. and let's really get some life nuggets, some takeaways to sit with us. We'll spread out, y'all know, over June, July, and August with summer travels and all that stuff. So let's fill up one another's potluck of just stuff from everybody about what God has said about who we are. We'll do the study. Y'all give it a little extra time, like we've been doing this week. Give it a little extra time because we're probably gonna linger a bit as we prepare to wrap up. We'll add that to the atmosphere, and then we'll get ready for prayer to wrap it all up the next day, and then we're gonna go on summer break together. All right, y'all. But I love y'all with my whole heart. I hope y'all hear my heart when I'm sharing stuff. Because listen, I'm not trying to be, y'all understand the track. I'm not trying to be despairing about Gregory L. Jerkins Sr., honey. Don't come for my daddy. I just try to be transparent and honest so that you never look at the successes that I have and think it's been a cakewalk, or that when I'm teaching, that's just hype stuff. She don't really know. Yeah, I know. I know that a lot of what I share is it's work. That's why I say let's do the work. So I hope you understand that when I'm sharing Sabrina and Monica Howard, hey Monica Howard, that I'm not trying to paint anybody negative. I'm trying to just be transparent and vulnerable and honest with the community so that we really know what things look like. Because that's my dad, and then don't come for him because I will meet you in the streets behind him, right? But that's just a part of what it was like for me. And so, yeah, that's one of my areas where I already know I paid the price, honey. So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and you take it or leave it. But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and be good with owning and valuing my own voice. All right. So for whatever that is for you, thank you. For whatever that is for you, whatever the hard part is, here's our takeaway. Whatever the hard part is, and there have been parts, I invite us though to expand the narrative. That's one of them therapy tools, honey, y'all, because y'all know I want to say that today too. Y'all know that's a therapy tool because y'all know what I am, right? Y'all know. Anywho, so that's one of that's a therapy tool, is to choose to add to or flip or rewrite your narrative. And where things have been hard, darkest, and we often illustrate the hard part, it's a choice to be able to go back to those same narratives and say, but let me see where I won. Well, let me see what I got. Let me see what lesson I gained from that. Let me see my strength in that story. So instead of talking about being a teenage mom and oh, he left me and it was so hard, I get to say, you know what? I was resourceful and I didn't let nothing stop me. And whatever I had to do to make it, I figured out how to do it. Like you get to see your strength. You get to really understand the victories and the things that you've already won, the stuff that you've already done. So that's that, y'all. I'll see you right back here in the morning. Absolutely, Tiffany. Rewrite your own narrative, add to it. I'll see you right back here in the morning. I love y'all. As always, I honor the greatness that's on the inside of you. Bye now.